Hi, I'm Niall from GulfStream Boat Sales. Today we're taking a quick look around Chris Craft Crowne 26. It's a 26-foot sports cruiser. It was built in 1995. It's an American boat. The current owner bought it in 2003 and had it imported from the States to Ireland. I have all the original paperwork, the certificates of title, the proof of VAT paid status, and the boat is a nice boat. It's in good condition for the age. Now, it was built in 1995, so that makes it 18 years old. So with any 18-year-old boat, you're going to have little bits and pieces of work to do on an ongoing basis, just to keep it in tip-top condition. But at the price it's being advertised at, and the asking price on the boat, I think it represents really good value for money, which is why I undertook to advertise the boat for sale on behalf of the current owner on brokerage. And I've gone through it in as much detail as I can today to satisfy myself that she's in good condition, that she's going to make a good buy for her next owner, and I've been pleasantly surprised. It's a really modern looking boat. It certainly doesn't look like a 1995 boat whenever you take a look at it from the exterior, and similarly the interior is nicely appointed. It feels nice and spacious. The cockpit layout is good. It's a very sociable boat. It would make a perfect weekender or for extended day trips on the water. It represents a hell of a lot of boat for the money, and provided that you're prepared to just keep on top of the upkeep and maintenance with the boat, then it's going to make a great buy for somebody who wants a sort of maximum bang for their buck. So what I'd like to do today is take you a walk around the boat. I want to show you the features that are on board, and also try and give you a good idea of the condition that this one's in. So without further ado, we'll start by having a look around the exterior of the boat. So the exterior of the hull is in good condition, apart from a few minor scuffs and scrapes and chips in the gel coat. I can't find any evidence of any previous damage. The actual hull itself, it's slightly faded, but I can tell that with a good compound polish it will really come back up to a good shine. And one of the benefits of the American gel coats is that they're very durable, and they respond really well to a deep compound. The boat has been anti-fouled before, a blue colour. It's probably due for just refreshing and maybe cleaning the waterline, but apart from that, the exterior is good. The rub rail is virtually unmarked, as is the rest of the stainless steel work. The stainless steel bars, the cleats are all in very good condition. They're all nice and solid and secure. The hull graphics as well are in good shape. Apart from very small, this is one sort of instance, just a small bit of gel coat damage, which is entirely normal on a boat of this age. But apart from that, the exterior of the boat does look really good, and she's a very modern sort of shape of boat as well. So the engine, the Volvo Penta engine, is matched up to this Volvo Penta dual-prop drive leg. Again, it's in good condition. We've had the engine running and shifting in and out of gear. There's no untoward noises or anything, or no shakes in the prop shaft. The condition of the drive to me looks to be good again for the age of the boat. The bellows and things probably could be replaced within the next season or two, but at the minute the owner tells me that they're in good condition, and there's no signs of any leaks or anything inside the boat. We've also got trim tabs here on the back, which I haven't tested. And the boat was serviced. It hasn't been used now in certainly last season, but whenever the boat did come out of the water, it was serviced. It's recently been had a couple of batteries replaced, and the engines have been run up and tested. Yeah, you can later in the video you'll see the engine running. So yeah, it's starting and running well. So the boat has an integrated swim platform, which is a really good size. It's also got a stainless steel boarding ladder that tucks up underneath the platform. It's got this stainless steel handrail here for making it easier to get on and off the boat from the water. Access into the cockpit is through this opening transom gate, over a small step, and into the cockpit itself. The cockpit has a single helm seat, rotating helm seat. It's got a port side lounger which will accommodate 2 or 3 adults sitting. We then also have an L-shaped lounger across the aft end of the cockpit. Again, you'll get another 3 adults seated there anyway. The actual cockpit floor is covered with a marine grade carpet, which I think is original to the boat. We've got a transom shower at the walk-through end of the boat. We then have our battery switch panel and things in here. And we've got a full set of camper covers with the boat. Now these covers were replaced by the owner approximately 2 seasons ago. They are in very good condition as far as I can tell, with no leaks or tears or anything. There's also a full winter cover with the boat that the owner's including in the sale. The condition of the cockpit, again, it's good. It's pretty good for a boat of this age. There are some scuffs and scrapes. There's been a bit of a tear in the upholstery here which has been patched. But generally speaking, the condition is pretty good for a boat of this age. Obviously, the boat was built in 1995, so it's not going to be in pristine condition, but it's good for the age of the boat and also the price that's been asked. The helm position now is pretty well appointed. Again, like the rest of the boat, like the external look, it's fairly modern in feel. We've got a full range of white-faced engine instrumentation, which again, as far as I can tell, is in operating condition. But I haven't had the boat out on the water, so I can't verify that completely. We've got RPM gauge, a boat speedometer. We've got a trim gauge, oil pressure gauge, temperature gauge, a battery voltmeter, and a fuel level gauge. We've also got a digital depth sounder there, a Lowrance digital depth sounder, and we've got controls for remote control spotlight up on the deck, which, as far as I can tell, again, we've tested that and that is in perfect working order. In terms of navigation and electronics, we've got a Garmin GPS 126, which is a GPS system, which again, perfect working order, and we've got a Humminbird Matrix 12 depth sounder, a fish finder. So in addition with the depth sounder on the gauge, that just gives you extra reassurance of the depth that you've got onto the keel, and also comes in handy if you're planning to use the boat for fishing. As part of Chris-Craft's high specification at the time, we've got a tilting steering wheel. We've got a full suite of 12 volt switches here for the trim tabs on the back of the boat, the windscreen wiper, horn, all that type of thing. Again, for the age of the boat, the condition of this is fine. It's pretty good. The horn's not working, but as far as I can tell, the rest of the equipment is operational. Bilge pumps, engine blowers, all that type of thing. And the owner has recently installed this ICM 302 marine radio, which again is in perfect working order. So we're going to start up the engine for you now, and you can hear how the engine starts, runs, and I'll also show you the drive shifting in and out of gear, so you can get an idea for yourself of the mechanical condition of the boat. access into the cabin is through this split opening door, and we come down 2 steps into the cabin floor. So we've got a traditional V-berth layout in the bow with a table there that converts into a bed to create a double berth at night time. We've got the galley unit here on the port side, just at the entrance of the cabin. We've got a heads compartment on the starboard side, and then behind the steps we have an aft cabin arrangement, which actually has a really good access point. You got really good headroom there, and a nice width of entry to get access into that aft cabin. So that's a full size double berth. The owner's got some fenders and things on board which he's thrown in with the sail. There's a shelf then behind the berth. Overhead light. We've got an opening port light there for added light and ventilation, and that's a really good sized berth with a nice airy feel. It doesn't have the usual claustrophobic feel you sometimes get on boats of this size. In the cabin you really do notice the additional beam on this boat over and above your typical sort of 24-25 foot sports cruiser. It means that you've got plenty of floor space here at the cabin entry point. You can pass at the galley, so if somebody's working at the galley there's room to squeeze past them. The galley itself has a sink, a fresh water tap on it. We've got a single burner alcohol electric stove, the flip down cover. We've also then got some socket outlets, some fans that have been put in here for keeping you cool on board. We've got cupboard space and a unit above the countertop. We've also got our shore power and 12 volt switch panel. We've got a stereo radio cassette player, and we've got storage underneath the sink as well, and also we've got a refrigerator. As far as the owner tells me, as far as I can test myself, all of the equipment is working. The fridge is missing its front cover, but that's just a piece of acrylic which is easy to replace. The general condition in the cabin is good. The headliner is pretty dry. There are some water stains there which at the minute appear to be dry and seem to relate to historic leaks that have now been repaired. The actual cabin upholstery itself is in pretty good condition as well. The table's in very good condition. Everything's there. The filler cushion's there. The screen for the opening deck hatch is there. We've got the support for the table whenever it's in the down position for making the bed. And the general condition down here is pretty good. The boat looks to be a genuine example that's been looked after by its current owner, and the story in the cabin is backs that all up. Coming into the separate heads compartment, we've got a manual pump out toilet which is connected to a holding tank, and the boat's also fitted with a macerator for discharging the contents of the holding tank overboard. We've got a little sink and vanity unit with a pull out shower head, pressurised water. We've also got a little vanity mirror, and we've got a dry covered space in here as well. The shower compartment has a light overhead, and it drains into a sump pump underneath the deck there. So it's a good sized toilet for a boat of this type. The boat is fitted with a Volvo Penta 5.8 litre petrol V8 engine, which the owner has found to be reasonably economical at his sort of cruising speed of 8 to 9 knots at around about 2,000 RPM. The boat will push on up to between 20 and 25 knots at wide open throttles, at wide open throttle, but for river cruising or for just tootling around for day use, you will find it quite economical. The boat has quite a good specification. It has a shore power system. Now it's a 120 volt system, which is the US spec, but the owner has transformers to convert the standard 240 volt shore power supply to 120 to suit the boat. It has a manual pump out toilet with a macerator system on board. It's got a good suite of electronics with a VHF radio, GPS, and a fish finder, depth sounder. It also is being sold complete with a recently replaced set of camper covers as well as an overall winter cover, and it's on a twin axle US spec, American spec trailer. It's a fully galvanized trailer. It's a float on, float off unit, and it's excellent for launching and recovering the boat and for storing it over the winter. So that's all included in the price. I think the whole package does represent very good value for money. Now you have to bear in mind that the boat is 1995. It's not like buying a new boat, or it's not like buying a boat that's 2 or 3 years old. So you just have to go into it with your eyes open and be prepared for a little bit of ongoing maintenance. The boat would really benefit at the minute from a good hull compound and polish, and it'll really bring a nice shine back into the hull of that. I'm completely confident. With just a little bit of effort and time spent on her, this boat could really look the part. So it's been advertised today in good faith. It's on brokerage. We're advertising it on behalf of our client, and if you've got any questions about the boat, or you want to have a chat about it to see whether this might be the right boat for you, then please don't hesitate to give me a call or drop me an email, and I'd be delighted to talk to you about this Chris Craft Crowne 26. Thanks for watching the video.